What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about Opendoor. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Opendoor is down 1.57%, 991 the low, 1049 the high, and rather low volume. So 195 million shares being traded, 375 is the average. So a couple of things did come out that, in my opinion, is causing all of this kind of price action. And so ultimately we see this. So there was this PR that came out after hours yesterday, as well as this Form 4. Ultimately, it goes hand in hand, but this goes over their compensation. So the CEO's compensation. And for those of you that have been keeping up to date with Opendoor, like, this isn't new at all whatsoever. But if we kind of look at this Form 4, this is what has some people freaking out. So it has CAS right here, the three issuances. So transaction code A, meaning awarded, 40.8, 40.8, and then 1.5. Again, all very much known information, totaling 83.3 million. So a lot of this is vested dependent on various circumstances. So tranche 1, I think, is up to 624 over 60 trading days. And then the second one is various kind of prices right there, ranging from 9 to 33. So at the end of the day, this is all, again, known information. Shorts are taking advantage and are returning right now. So they're returning 4.25 million shares. So I don't know who is shorting Opendoor, but whoever does and is shorting Opendoor is very strategic. So they take advantage of kind of unjustified pullbacks and sell-offs, and they return. So kind of interesting stuff, but again, this is why I like to analyze this type of information, because it goes to show that today's pull lower is not really justified. But 24.05% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 158.23 million shares overall being shorted. So shorts are just playing a little bit of a game, and unfortunately, at the same time, I've covered quite a few different stocks while doing YouTube, and a lot of which have a massive heavy retail presence. A lot of retailers, no offense to some individuals, just play too much with emotion. So they see this type of news and then they freak the hell out. Like, oh my God, they're diluting 83.3 million, whereas technically the outstanding share count is 735. Oh my God. So then they panic if they sell. You have a couple bigger names as well, possibly spreading that, and just it is a domino effect. So this is exactly why you see Opendoor having the price action it is. Logically speaking, this is a great buying opportunity, because if you believe in Opendoor and the fact that we just got a 25 basis point cut, Powell signaled potentially 50 more in basis points. So over the next 2 meetings, this is a great time to buy, because this news that did come out isn't anything crazy. The only thing as well that kind of came out that I wanted to share with you, just a picture of this. So shows that CAS is sleeping in the office. So shows a good level of commitment and dedication. Definitely does have his work cut out for him. So I just wanted to kind of bring this up. Aside from that, looking at the options, 58 million in calls, 9.8 in puts, 47% of all the options being done are and were bearish in nature. Coming from a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be above 10 to 12. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 9. Just take a mental note of this. So with tomorrow being Friday, this is going to be a little bit more relevant tomorrow, but this is the open interest. So you have 47,000 at the 9, 35,000 at the 950, 93,000 at the 10, 69,000, 1050, 41,000 at the 11, and so forth and so forth. One thing as well, on a side note, market makers recently did add a couple more chains, so now we have up to $21. So realistically, market makers added that because they feel it's a good possibility that could come. So again, that's something as well to somewhat keep in mind, that market makers feel more upside is coming. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market. So a lot of strings of selling right here. So everything that shows as a bid is essentially a sell. And then flip side, you had some buying right here that caused a nice push higher, but still most of which is selling, as you can kind of generally see. Dark pool, not that much in crazy transactions. So 1.6 million. And I think the reason why we're not having crazy transactions is it kind of matches with the overall lower volume a little bit. So again, dark pool is often enough used by shorts and hedge funds as well, as I always bring up. With it at 10.06 though, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. 994 is going to be that strong support, kind of bounced off of that general area for the low today, so we know this is a good support level. 1075 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So assuming we have a nice continued push for the broader market tomorrow, Opendoor, now that we've priced in this dilution, if you want to kind of think about it that way, or at least future dilution, then in theory, then we should kind of move higher from there. So just watch for 1075 and then 1124, and then flip side 914 will be that next strong support level. There hasn't really been that much in analyst ratings. So last one was done 6 days ago, 70-cent price target. That was a sell by a analyst, 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗖𝗧, if I'm saying that right, 48% success rating. So I think analysts still don't really see the bigger picture with Opendoor, but let me know your general thoughts on that. And then aside from that, on the actual chart, still above that 10-day moving average. As far as right now, you don't see that crazy of walls. So even though we are down a little bit, you're not seeing a lot of that coming from sellers. A lot of that is just lack of buyers, if that kind of makes sense. Hopefully it does. But this is the flow right here. So algos are a little bit more active. And so, yeah, I think in general, there's not really even that much in articles coming out. So people are just waiting for the next big thing for Opendoor. So yeah, let me know your general thoughts. This is an absolute crazy chart. So we'll have to wait and see how this all does play out. But if you do truly believe in Opendoor, based on the data points and what came out and what's causing this push lower, it is largely unjustified, in my opinion. Again, that is if you do believe in the stock, in the fundamentals. If you are here just for momentum, then this might be a potential time to just kind of sit on the sidelines and wait, because for a momentum stock, you need a lot of capital to get in. And right now, it seems like there's a little bit of a hesitation coming from big money today. Whether that's justified or not, again, I'll leave it up to you to make that determination. Keep in mind though, if you do believe that this future dilution is actually being priced in, so this 83.3 million, going back over here, technically with outstanding share count being 7.35 million, assuming that is correct, then it should be down about 9%. So the fact that it is not, that's kind of as well, kind of like an indirect positive. So let me know your general thoughts on that. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. I put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades, many of which have been absolutely on point. Most recently, I did signal that SNPS at 388 was a solid buy. So in a span of less than 1 week, it has, or roughly around 1 week, it had a very nice recovery. So pop over there to the Patreon, take a look at a lot of the day trades and swing trades. Definitely worthwhile. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.